thing. Do you believe that passion is key to success, plays a role in success?
I think it definitely plays a role in success, but it's not the key factor that's going to make you successful.
What do you think is what do you think is a key factor?
I think it plays a lot. I mean, okay. There's a lot of things that are going to contribute to success. One of the things that I've truly found that have helped me has been sticking to a routine and doing my daily checklist every day and improving every day, making sure that I'm 1% better every day. So I wouldn't say that it's just passion. You have to have some kind of passion for what you do, but eventually it does get boring or it feels like a job. But you just have to remember why you're doing it, and the why plays a huge factor. And if you're not in it for the right reasons, then I think that is when it probably is not right.
What's your why? What's keeping you in the business?
I have had a very diverse background. I think I've been fortunate enough to travel a lot of countries, and I have seen a lot of different cultures and people. And I have also, in my last couple years, experienced a very bad leg injury. So for me coming into the digital world, it was, I need to see how I can have an impact on people. I want to make, in some kind of way, even if it's small, I want to have a huge impact on people. The people that I really do look up to have made an impact on my life, and that's what I would like to do for others.
Okay, I know it's kind of diving deeper into, but in
No, that's
what
okay.
way? So everyone uses everyone, and I'm not. I think I think the goal and the mission of what you've set out for. I 100% know that you're going to accomplish it because you said you're sticking to your routines. But a lot of people say the word impact. Right? Impact can be positive. Impact can be negative. Impact can be in a position. It's like, for instance, I have my my 5-year-old son, turning 6 now. We were having a conversation early last year.
Congrats.
Thank you. We trust me, kids are one thing that they definitely would change your life. But we were having a conversation, right? And so randomly I asked him, I said, "Hey, so Anthony, you got to get you're about to be a man old enough to get a job. So what do you want to do? Obviously he's not gonna get a job. He's fine. He's fine. But I was like, hey, you got to get a job. So what are you gonna do? And he goes, I want to be like you. And I just kind of that just kind of took me a little bit, because I was like, because I'm like, why? And then he just goes into this whole tangent of like how I'm this amazing, awesome person. And then I was like, and I was taken aback, because for me, my perspective, I didn't even think like I was actually like honestly doing anything remarkable. But when he said that, I then kind of took a step back, and I was like, wait, I am actually leaving an impact in his life in some way, shape, or form. Indirectly, as a matter of fact, I'm actually leaving an impact in his life. So in a way, I would say, in my son's perspective, my impact is basically being a role model. Right. So,
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It must have been quite a moment for you, especially in that scenario, being like, wow, that's how my son sees me. That's truly inspirational.
That was I would say, of all the conversations we've had, because having a conversation with a 5-year-old is the same. It's like, I don't even know, having a conversation in a dream and you just forget about it. It's not really something that you like expect to be meaningful. But when he said that I would say, when as he gets older, that's when I'm going to tell him like, hey, Anthony, remember this is the first time I actually ever said his name, but that conversation, I would say, yeah, it was meaningful. But even till this day, I still think about everything I do, because I'm like, wait, okay, if in 5-10 years I am this person, if he looks back and he's walking in my footsteps, would I want him to be this way? So the reason why I bring up that story is to get what you mean specifically when you say you want to leave an impact.
So I have a father that sacrificed a lot for my first 8 years of my life. He started a company in South Africa with his business partner at the time, and he has had a huge impact in South Africa alone. What he does is he sells, there's some fancy word, but the word I like to say for people that understand it is that he sells food and chemicals for pigs and chickens. And there's a lot of farms in South Africa. So the impact that he's had in my country alone has been phenomenal. So when I say impact, I mean impact like him, have an actual impact on people's lives where they see my presence and they're happy to be around me. And the value that I bring to them is exceptional.
And what's the ultimate goal for you?
In life, or which areas are you talking about?
I believe, okay, so I'm gonna piece it together. So recently, I do boxing training. Honestly, he watches this, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It's the greatest thing ever. So we were, and he's almost like, I would say, like my business coach as well, because we talk about business. Because he's in business, I help him, and we kind of, interchange, ideas and stuff. And we were having a conversation. And he gave this big speech to the Chamber of Commerce in the local city that we're in. And he said, most of them set goals like in 2024, right? You set your financial goals. Boom. Yeah. I want to make $1 million in this month. I want to buy the Bugatti, the Lamborghini, and all that, travel the world, all that stuff, right? Everyone has their goals. But he says nobody ever sets a health goal, right? In this instance, no one ever says, hey, this is my health goal. Because most people just don't, they think more financially, but they don't ever think about the fact that you need the help to make the wealth.
Yeah.
And he basically said it's all connected. So your goals, whatever big ultimate goal you might have in some way, shape, or form, is always going to trickle down into your life, right? So we all have this ultimate one goal. It could be a business goal. It could be a personal goal. It could be, I don't know, a religious goal. So what would you say would be that one thing that if once you accomplish it would be that one trickling point in your entire life?
I would say that it's to be financially free. And I know that might sound crazy right now, but there are a lot of things that play a role in becoming financially free. And you're completely right when you say that fitness has an impact, health has an impact. I am trying to make sure that all areas of my life are at least close to perfection so that I can reach my goal.
What is, okay, and I know I did this. What is financial? So financial freedom is a very vague word. What is financial freedom to you?
Financial freedom for me is my dream, which is the ability to do UGC and social media and travel the world at the same time. So it's not sticking to a 9-to-5, because that's something that me personally, I would not be able to do.
Is it a 9-to-5 in the sense as to you're trapped in a because not all 9-to-5s are cubicles, but let's say you're trapped in a geographical region, or what about the 9-to-5 is such a turnoff? Because everyone said the 9-to-5. I actually have a contrary opinion. I'll share that. But what about the 9-to-5 is that one thing that's kind of like
I wouldn't say it's like 9-to-5 sitting in a cubicle that really disrupts me, because I work mostly on my laptop and I'm creating things all the time. But for me personally, it's just that I wouldn't be able to sit in an office and not have experiences outside. For example, I'm a big person with nature. I love nature. I love animals. And being from South Africa, that played a huge role in my life, because I was able to see all the wild, exotic animals down there. Yeah. So that's what I would say. I think it's more, for me personally, I have nothing wrong with 9-to-5 just in general. A lot of people love their jobs, and that's wonderful for them. It's just not part of my life and not what I want.
Interesting. Okay, I understand that. So it's a more free, because I personally, so I was having a conversation with a friend, colleague, whatever you want to call it, and he's like, yeah, man, I was thinking, man, I don't really. The 9-to-5 is not my thing. I'm like, dude, you don't have a 9-to-5. Bro. You do not have a 9-to-5. Your job is not a 9-to-5. But he was just basically talking to the point of like, he's like, yeah, I want a job in which it was more like, I think I want to start a business. And I said, why do you want to start a business? And he said he wants to be financially free, wants to make more money. And I said, okay, honestly, man, I think 100% you can achieve the goal. But let me ask you one thing. Are you willing to sacrifice sleep, time? Are you willing to get rejected like no other? Like you like people who reject you just by even looking at you.
Yeah.
Are you willing? Are you willing to? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, most people put this glamour behind being a business owner, right? Everyone is just glamour behind. Oh my God, you own your own business. Oh, like your business, like you. When I was back in the day when I was single enough, yeah, I have a business. Like what? I'm like, well, even if the business wasn't making money, it's like, well, you had a business, what? So you kind of, so in that regard, I kind of thought about. I was like, at 9-to-5, you have more days off than a traditional business owner. My staff gets paid before I get paid.
That's
so
true.
They make more money than I do. So then I'm like, who's winning? My sister's like, yeah, I'll take a day off today. And, I'm not feeling too well, even though last weekend I kind of was celebrating my anniversary. But she's salaried. So it's kind of like you kind of think about those positions. And I'm like, a 9-to-5 almost in a way in which it's a cheat code because you just have a stable job. But I think, honestly, I think most people should stay in that because there's a lot of risk to owning your own business. Like you don't have a paycheck.
Like you said, sacrifice, I think, is the biggest thing.
Yeah. Sacrifice is the biggest thing is like, but then again, also this is where it gets interesting. There's a specific type of person that can actually make it as a business owner.
And what do you think that is, if you don't mind me
Okay,
asking?
what do I think that is? All right.
Yeah.
A crazy person. Here's why. Here's why. So, so me and so I have an attorney. We were talking, right, and we were having a discussion. It was like, and he said he's 33 right now, and he met his girlfriend of his. They did it for a while, and she was turning 30, and she's like, "Hey, I want to have kids," and he's like, "Well, I can't right now because I'm busy. I'm working a lot. I can't really. I can't." And she's like, "Well, if it's either we have kids, or I'm out." And he's like. And then he's like, "Man, my business is doing like 2-3 million a year." I'm, kind of. It was a sad situation, obviously. He's a good person, but that relationship ended, and then we started having the same interaction. I'm like, and he goes, because he told one thing. He told her, he said, "Once I turn 35, I'm going to slow down." And I told him, I said, you that's a big lie. You just lied to that lady, because you're not going to slow down, because once you turn 35, there's going to be more money, more people to know you, and the workload's going to increase. And you
crave
like it. You crave it more. Exactly. You crave it more. You like it. You complain about like you work too much, but if you don't have any work, you feel like
you're bored.
Trash. Yeah, exactly. You're bored. And we started talking about it, and we said, and then he's like, "You think it's a disease? You think it's a sickness?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is 100% a sickness." Because here's why. Here's why I say this. Tell me if the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Right? And what do entrepreneurs do? The same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So I personally think you almost have to be, just like you said, the same thing is the discipline. I think the discipline is what keeps you going, because after a while you lose faith of you lose sight of the goal.
Yeah.
Right? Because you might
thing every single day.
Every single year, and then you get into like this routine. Your goal was to be financially free, but if I ask you a question right now, if someone gave you, said, "Hey, Catherine, hey, I know you love UGC, and I think it's the phenomenal thing. You're perfect at, you're good at it, but here's $2 million to never do it again."
I'd say no.
You'd say no.
Yes, and the reason being is because I'm the type of person that wants to earn my worth. I'm not going to just take it.
But okay, so okay, hold on. So if someone said 10 million, you'd say no.
I want to earn my 10 million.
That's good. No, that's good. But the reason why I asked that is because here's the thing: is most people the reason why this is the reason why I wanted to know if you were in it because of the money, or if you were in it because of the entrepreneur disease, which I honestly would think it's an entrepreneur disease.
So it sounds like that, yeah.
It sounds like it, because the goal is not the money.
That's just an add-on.
It's just an add-on.
Yeah, it's one of the goals, I would say, but it's more